right. Hello, everyone. I'm Fred Oakman here with Mr. Jake Peters. You're listening to PS This Is Awesome, a PlayStation podcast. This is episode 395, where we dive into all things PlayStation. Before we jump in, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PS This Is Awesome, where you can also watch the video version of the podcast. You can check out our trophy list on the PlayStation Network. I am Anchorless_81, and Jake is JakeSaw01. Send your thoughts to psthisisawesome@gmail.com. Share the show with friends. Don't forget to rate us. This podcast airs for free every Wednesday on your preferred streaming platform. But for those who sign up to our Patreon for just $1 a month, you can join the one and only $1 club and receive a die-cut vinyl sticker in the mail, plus a shout out on our show. Most times you also get the show a day or two early. Visit patreon.com/psthisisawesome to support us, show us your love. And remember, if you like the podcast, it does us a lot of good if you can like, subscribe, and comment on YouTube. With that out of the way, I will say that we did not air last week. I apologize. And we did get a lot of positive feedback. I put a post out just saying there just was no way we were going to be able to pull it off. A lot of people saying, like, hey, take care of yourselves. Hope everybody's okay. And people just make sure we're not burning the candle too hot on both ends at the same time. So thanks for understanding about us needing a week off. And we are back this week to talk about video games, some PlayStation stuff. So Jake, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Do your levels sound good on your end? Because you seem quiet to me.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's fine. I'll just crank it up on my end as long as you're coming through and you're not quiet on the recording. But anyway, doing okay. The I don't know if it's the fall coming around or what, but I have been, no matter how early I go to bed, I cannot wake myself up in the morning. Yeah. And once I do, I'm so fucking groggy. And I don't know what it is. I'm sleeping okay. Like, it's not like I'm sleeping any worse than I normally do. I'm sure it has to do with, like, the time changing and, like, the, being darker in the mornings than it normally would be over the summer or whatever.
Excuse me.
Maybe even with it, like, the leaves changing and shit. I don't know, or allergies or something. I have no idea. But it's been a little bit of a struggle getting out of bed in the morning. But other than that, I've been doing okay. My dad and I went golfing. I guess not yesterday. It was Sunday, because we're recording this on Tuesday. And, dude, we went to... we went to this golf course, and I don't know if you've played there before, but it was kind of bad. Like, you ever go to a golf course and it's just, like, shitty? Like, the greens are all dead, and it's like they don't cut the tee boxes, and there's just dirt everywhere, and I don't know. I mean, we were going to go to our normal spot that we always go to that's a nice golf course in the area. But they closed early because they had an outing, and their excuse was that they needed to fix the course after the outing, whatever that means. So we didn't get to play there. So we ran up to a nearby course, and that I used to play a lot when I was a kid, but it's like, you wonder... I don't know how many listeners play golf, and I'm not even a hardcore golfer. I play like once a month. I'm not like, or once every couple weeks if like my dad wants to play. I'm not going out golfing all the time.
All right.
But I enjoy it. Like, ever since I decided that I'm not going to try and be good at golf, I've enjoyed it a lot more. I would definitely enjoy it a lot more if I could figure out how to drive the fucking ball. I've gotten to the point where I'm about ready to throw my driver in the dumpster. But everything else about the game, I enjoy. And, but like...
What course was
golf
it?
Courses... It was, Country Meadows.
Yeah, I've played there.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, so I used to play there a lot when I was a kid. And it was never like this spectacular golf course. It's just kind of like a link-style course.
It's on the way to Venango Valley, right?
Yeah, it's past Venango Valley,
it's
but
the one
yeah,
past
it's
it. All
it's
right,
the
it's the second one.
same road.
Yeah.
So it's such a contrast because my dad and I always play Venango, and it's a really nice course. And so, we go up, but we were already there, and we were like, well, we can go to Riverside, which is a little farther away, but it's probably nicer. But who knows if we'll have to wait to golf because of the fact that it is a nice course. Or we can just go up the street to Country Meadows. And I was like, I don't give a shit. I mean, I'm not a good golfer. I don't care. And so we went up there, and it's just one of those things where it's like, how do these places stay open? You know what I mean? Where it's like, I have to imagine that the course is not in good shape because they can't really afford to put a lot of money into the greens and stuff. But then people don't want to golf there because the course is in bad shape. It's like an endless cycle, or like a catch-22, where I don't even honestly even know, but of like a business where it's like, you have to like most golf courses, if they want to be the ones that are really successful, are the ones that people put some amount of money into. Like even a place like Hartstown, which is near my house, and you've golfed there before, Fred. It's like the simplest golf course you can possibly imagine. There's nothing fancy about it at all, but at least they mow it, and at least the greens are not like completely rotted out and diseased. So you're just like, okay, I'm just hitting it down a field, and there's a green at the other end. There's no crazy bunkers. There's a pond in the middle. Yeah, but there's nothing crazy about it. But so that place stays open because it's, it's relatively easy. A lot of people like playing there. It's not super expensive. It's like $10 or whatever. But like, dude, I don't know, man. Anyway, I didn't mean to kind of get into the weeds, pardon the pun there, on my my thing about golf, but it was like, I honestly think it's because we were so kind of like thrown off by this. Oh, and also we got there at 5:00. Meanwhile, it gets dark at like 7:15 around here now. Yeah. And so we're like, okay, yeah, we'll get a cart, and we can easily, the two of us, play 9 holes in 2 hours. Not a problem. And the lady was like, you've got to have the cart back like 45 minutes before dark. It was like that time we went to Whispering Pines, and they're like, yeah, you got to be back by fucking 7:30, and it was like it doesn't get dark till after 8.
Yeah.
And it's like, do they do that because they expect people to not be back on time?
I think so.
And so they're just like, they're just telling you that that's the case.
I think so.
And it's like, okay. So, long story short, we were, even with only an hour and a half, we were able to finish it. And even with us playing like absolute dog shit, because it was just like, we were trying to rush a little bit and whatever. And so we played terrible. I was able to salvage 2 pars to end the round. Okay. But outside of that, it was like bogey, double bogey city. I mean, I was cranking them like fucking 50 yards off course and having to like, it was just not hitting them into trees and stuff. It was not a good time. But I mean, I still had fun. I spent time with my dad. We went out and we hung out for a couple hours. We played a round of golf. It was still fun. The golf was just kind of questionable. It's weird. I have this weird thing with my driver. The last time I played, which was a few weeks ago, the last time I played with my dad and my brother, every single drive I hit was straight down the middle of the fairway. I went out on Sunday. Everything was fucking wild as you could possibly imagine. I have no idea what is changing. Same balls, same club, same shoes. I don't know. I must just be, I don't know if I'm stiff but it's like, I don't know. Maybe I just need to go to the driving range or something. But I was like, man, I'm just going to throw my driver in the dumpster and use my 4-iron. I was killing my fucking irons, man. I've got, it's so weird how I don't know my distances on my clubs at all anymore. I can't remember if this was a problem when you and I played a month or so ago, but I am just hitting everything way longer than I feel like I should. And I'm not trying to be boastful about it. It's throwing me off. There's a 155 yard par 3 on that course. and it's like flat. It's not I'm hitting uphill, I'm not hitting downhill. It's like basically flat. And I was like, well, I'm hitting everything long. Dude, I hit a fucking 9-iron and dropped it right in the center of that green. I've never in my life hit a 9-iron 150 yards. So I don't know, dude. I don't know what the fuck is going on with me right now. I can't hit a drive. I'm hitting all my irons super long. I don't know. But golf's cool, man. I like golf a lot. When you can like just kind of chill out and just kind of enjoy, you know, the hanging out with people and just whacking the ball, and you're not trying to get fucking, you know, scratch golf or whatever. It's a good time. So anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. I'm sorry, but other than that, I'm doing fine. Dude, that show we played on Saturday was interesting.
Yeah.
It was cool having all the family there, you know, and they kind of contributed to the atmosphere. But dude, my brain was so fucked up when we had that show. I don't know what it was, if it was just like fatigue or because I played hockey the night before, so it could have just been fatigue or whatever. But like when we were driving to the venue, I missed 3 turns.
Wow.
Not because I didn't know where I was going. It's just I literally just drove past them. And I had to like take another route because I was just fucking spaced the whole way there. I probably shouldn't have even been driving. I'll be completely honest with you. It's a miracle the show turned out as good as it did. But it was good. It sounded good for the space that we were in.
Dude, that sub makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Just getting the stuff dialed in. Like, we played well too. I'm not trying to take anything away from the band. We played well. We always play well. But we hadn't practiced in a while for different reasons. But we sounded good, man. And, I mean, my only gripe would be that Heard a Howlin', Nate just needs to keep a straight beat. He's trying to get fancy. He tried to do halftime shit. He tried to keep a straight beat. It works. I know you guys don't think so. I'm telling you, it's exactly what our band doesn't have.
Dude, I was so lost. I mean, I obviously once you were like, yeah, it's fucking A, D, and E, I was like, okay, well, I'll just feel it out, and it was easy at that point. But it's just like, when we were playing the song, and maybe it was Nate, I don't know, but when we were playing the song, I was like, this sounds fucking out of pocket. I don't know what is going on.
He went halftime and stuff, and was dilly-dallying. When we rehearsed it, we were just straight time the whole thing, and it had a really nice kind of groove.
But to be fair, I mean, we learned that song like 2 months ago, and we've played it twice live. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. We got through it.
Yeah, it was a fun show. I agree. And I think the cool thing with the sub is it not only is just low end, but it takes a lot of the low end out of the main speakers. You know what I mean? Mm. So it's just clearer. Everything's just clearer when you run a sub. And it's not because you have deep. No, it actually takes frequencies and cuts them out of your other speakers, so there's a lot of separation.
Is there a sub output on that PA head?
No, you run both. So the way it works is you run both your main outs to the sub, and the sub then has a filter, and then it
high passes the stuff that goes to the mains.
That's cool. Because they're all ELXs, EV speakers. The mains, all I do is I tell it that I'm running them with a sub. And I can pick the sub that I have. So it's already all frequencied perfectly. Like, because it's all the same brand. It's all made to work together. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it just makes life a little easier. But yeah, dude, for sure. Anyways, man, I guess I'll talk a little bit about what's going on in my world. Not a whole lot. I did a Hero Quest thing. Trying to think if there's anything. I didn't do a whole lot of fun. I went on the train. Titusville has a fall foliage train ride every fall, and they sell out.
Oh, what is that? What is that train called? It's the one at the Drake's Oil Well.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's Petroleum Station, Titusville train. It's the Oil Creek and Titusville Railroad. It's an old, for anyone who doesn't know, Titusville is where they actually discovered oil. Believe that or not. It's freaking wild. That's why I think I'm living in a simulation, man, because Titusville's literally 35 minutes from here. You know what I mean?
It's also where they discovered crystal meth.
Yeah. Well, that might be Oil City, actually.
Yeah.
But they have this train that you can book. They have a lot of cool stuff that goes on there. They have a murder mystery that they do on the train. But you can get the VIP seating, which is what I did, and it's up front. And it's just so pretty. And as the train gets moving, you can walk from car to car or car to car, and then just gaze out at, like, it's really a pretty train trip. But it is kind of long. It's about a 3-hour round trip. So you kind of have to commit to a whole day of being on a train. But they have concessions and stuff on there. And if you do the VIP seat, there's plenty of leg room. You're not, like, breathing somebody else's CO2. You know what I mean? Like, the other cars are pretty tight. It's an old train, but it works and it runs. And they actually have an open car. And I was disappointed that wasn't attached. It was supposed to have been. But they said that with all the freaking state funding issues going on right now, that it needs inspected before they're allowed to do it, and they can't get an inspection done with the state budget issues. So it's like, oh, cool, But anyways, dude, it was fun. I did that. We played Buchia. I picked up a board game. Amazon's running like a pretty big sale right now. If you're into anything, whatever, but there's this, it's been marketed to me like crazy, so I know I'm right in the middle of the algorithm. So there's a game called Horrified, and there's a bunch of different expansions to it, or different versions of the game. They're not even expansions, but they have a Dungeons and Dragons version of it, and it was like $28. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pick this up. And you can solo it, you can play it with a group of people, but it's kind of fun. It's definitely not chunky or anything like that. There's not a lot of crazy D&D rules or anything, because it's just the Horrified game with a theme of Dungeons and Dragons. So essentially you can pick 1 to 4 monster types and put them on this board, and the board has all these locations that are themed for Dungeons and Dragons. And the enemies are Dungeons and Dragons related. Like, there's a beholder, there's a displacer beast, there's a mimic, which is like the treasure chest that comes alive, and there's also a red dragon. And the way that the game works, everybody gets a character, and the character has one unique ability. And you get 4 actions a turn, so you can move, you can pick up an item, you can use your special. You can guide a civilian if a civilian shows up to try to get them to where they're trying to get to, or you can attack. Right? Those are the only options you can do. You can do them any order you want, as many times as you want a turn, but you can only do 4 of them a turn. And it's pretty rule easy. So it's just like, so it's kind of turns into a strategy game where you move. You're trying not to get too close to the monster because they can attack you, and each monster has its own set of rules. And you don't ever die in this game. When your character gets killed or gets attacked and you can't defend yourself by a monster, you go to the Yawning Portal's tap room for your next turn, and you keep all the stats that you had, everything you had. It's not even really a stat game, but you keep any relics that you've picked up to help you in your quest. And the goal is that all the players are just working cooperatively to take out all the monsters. Every time you get killed, or anytime a civilian gets killed or attacked, there's a threat level that goes up. Once it maxes out, game over, you lose. Or once and the monsters' movements are dictated by cards that you shuffle and you flip, and it tells you, sometimes the monsters are affected, sometimes they're not, sometimes they're really affected. And you drop these little artifacts all over the map, so you move your character, try to pick up the artifacts, and as you pick them up, if you get attacked by the monster and you have an artifact on you, you just discard an artifact. Doesn't matter what kind it is. It could be a wand, it could be an amulet, it could be anything, a lantern. And instead of taking the damage and going to the Yawning Portal, you just stay where you're at, and you lose an artifact. And every time the monster's turns goes, more artifacts show up on the board. But the monsters have certain defeat. What's cool about this game is that each monster that you're trying to attack has a certain sequence of steps you have to take it out. So a beholder is like the mad ball looking thing with like 10 tentacles that are all eyes, and needless to say, You can spend an artifact if you're on the same square as the beholder. You roll a d20. Depending on what you roll, you either hit the beholder or you don't. If you roll really well, maybe you hit him twice. But his little card has 10 spots, and then you get to pick what tentacle you hit, right? So there's no defense for the beholder. It's just whatever you roll, either you miss or you hit him. The goal is to get all of his tentacles chopped. So the heroes go in, and if you get too close and it's the monster's turn, then he can come and attack you and take your artifacts, and you got to spend the artifacts to hit him. So it's this constant back and forth thing that you're trying to do. And it's just a really fun game. And every monster has its own unique abilities and their own attack, I guess, like how you defeat them. So it's kind of a fun cooperative game, easy to learn. And it can be real swingy from what I understand, depending on the card orders that get flipped over and how people are playing. It's easy to lose, but I think you can get into situations where it's really easy to win. All that to say, there are different versions of Horrified. There is the Universal monsters. So there's ones with like Frankenstein and the Mummy and Dracula, and that's a version of it. There's a World of Monsters. I don't even know what that one is. And then there's the American Monsters version of Horrified. And I just thought it would be kind of a fun game to play this time of year with some people. So I would love to see them get licenses for like Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers and like Leatherface. That'd be kind of cool. But anyways, so I've been kind of into branching out a little bit from Hero Quest just on my own time as I can, but I picked that up. But dude, we've been going on for almost 20 minutes about non-PlayStation stuff. Let's talk about some games we're playing. I'm still playing Banishers Ghost of New Eden. I quit playing Skate, but just anecdotally, on our last podcast, we were talking a bit about Skate and how unrealistic it is. If you guys want to see some fucking funny videos, just go to YouTube and look up new Skate videos, because there are guys that are just not even like the silly floating through stuff. There are guys that are like dropping in and just flying across the map on their skateboard and landing these crazy tricks. Like it actually, I thought that weird walking simulator game was going to get all of the YouTube attention because it looks so ridiculous, but it turns out Skate is the game that people are like streaming a ton of because it's just ridiculous. Some of these spots people are finding and skating, and I think that might have been the hidden secret for the developers here to do something ridiculous like that. And it's picking up some steam and with some people. And I see these skate videos that people are posting, and they're just, dude, some of these ridiculous skate runs that people are doing are just so gnarly and unrealistic. It's unbelievable. And then I've seen some really funny videos where people are like playing Skate, but only allowing my character to do the skateboard tricks I know in real life. And it's them just like ollieing for like 5 minutes. And then, like, they're going down like this pipe and they just ollie. And then they ollie. And it's they pick up the board and they walk down the stairs, and then they put the fucking skateboard back under their feet because they're not good enough to go down the stairs on a skateboard. It's some funny shit, man. But I don't know. I've been getting a kick out of that shit. But I don't know. That's all that I've been playing. I'm pushing through. I'm getting closer and closer. The end of Ghost of New Eden. Jake, what about you? I know you're playing some newer stuff.
Yeah. So what do I want to say? I was playing Borderlands 4 still, obviously. I'm just getting kind of frustrated with the game. Mm-hmm. And it's not that there's nothing about my frustration that should indicate to anyone that it's a bad game. It's a me issue. It's not the game's issue. I'm starting to realize that like this type of game, as much as I want to like it, it might just not be for me. So, like, for example, when it comes to shooting, like shooters, I want to be able to like find a gun I like and then rip with it. And the problem with this game is that there are so many different types of guns and guns that shoot different ways and have different abilities and different stats and blah, 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 that it's like I find a gun that I like and then an hour later it's no longer high enough level, and the only guns I can find that are a high enough level to get to do the things that I want to do without the enemies being super spongy are these guns that just don't feel good for me to play with, or that they're not the type of play style that I enjoy. So it's like I'm just kind of getting frustrated with the fact where it's like, oh, I've got these guns that are equipped that feel good for me, but it's like I've got to empty a whole magazine to kill one enemy because I'm apparently under-leveled, even though I just went from, like, this game does not want you, from what I can tell, it does not want you to mainline the story. Because I went from one story mission to the next, and immediately the enemies were, like, a lot more powerful than me.
Yeah.
And it took a lot more ammo to kill them. And it's like, I just don't know that I want this dance. Like, I would love it if this was a little bit more like where I had the ability to, like, just keep the gun I have, but fucking make it better. And maybe there is a way to do that, and I just haven't gotten that far in the game yet, but I've played it for 25 hours. It's not like I haven't played it that long, and you would think that if there was going to be some kind of an upgrade system that would let me juice this fucking gun that I like, I would have either found it already, or maybe I'm just an idiot and I don't know how to do it. But the thing about Borderlands is it's just fucking loot everywhere, and every 5 seconds you're going through your inventory and, like, getting rid of shit and selling stuff off and keeping the things you like, and it just, like, as much as I want to keep playing it, it just was like I was getting to a point where I was teetering on it, and then I got to this new mission that I was doing, and I can't fucking kill anything with the guns that I have, and it's like, okay, Ghost of Yotei comes out and it looks fucking rad, so I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to buy Ghost of Yotei. What's funny is that I got home from work on, I think it was Friday, or no, Friday I got home from hockey, and I was playing Borderlands, and I was thinking about buying Ghost of Yotei, but I was like, no, I bought this game, I need to finish it, I need to spend more time with it, even though I put like 25 hours into it. It's not like I didn't spend time with it. And then I got to this mission where I was just like, I'm stuck in the middle of the mission. I can't do anything because it's like, I did this thing where I had to, like, go into this area that I can't get back out of, and all of the enemies are way more powerful than me. So even if I bump the difficulty down, I'm still fucking struggling with the guns that I have. And so I was just like, I, like, rage quit and fucking bought Ghost of Yotei, like, immediately. And dude, I got it downloading, and I started playing it Saturday morning, and bro, this game is fucking so good. I can't believe, dude, there's just something to be said about the Sony first party stuff that is just, and I would, you know, maybe classify like a Death Stranding and stuff in there too, because they're heavily involved and everything. But, like, there are just certain things that are like a cut above, and I'm not going to sit here and say that Ghost of Yotei is, like, miles ahead or different or whatever of Ghost of Tsushima. But for whatever reason, Ghost of Tsushima I thought was awesome, but it wasn't like I wasn't vibing with it as much.
Yeah.
But dude, this game, like, just wandering through the world just puts me in this state of fucking zen that I can't describe. The game is so beautiful, and I'm not even talking about from like a fidelity perspective. Like, there are games that are, like, technically Death Stranding 2 is probably has more visual fidelity than Ghost of Yotei. But Ghost of Yotei has just, it's the art, it's the scenery, it's the fucking, the flowers and the wind and the trees and the lighting and the mountain and, like, how, like, it's like Japan exaggerated, and just like, dude, all of this. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there obviously things can be cinematic in different ways, but if you want to talk about like what is the game that is the most like visually traditionally cinematic, and dude, these games are like, you get on the horse and it fucking pans out as you're running. It like pans out in the screen like letterboxes, and it like, it just, if the whole thing feels like a fucking samurai movie. It is so awesome. And like I said, it's not that new. Like, they did this in Ghost of Tsushima. But there's something about this game that is jiving with me more, especially because I think Atsu, the character in this game, is way more interesting than Jin Sakai. I didn't find Jin Sakai very compelling at all. I don't know what it was. It's just, he was just like, oh, the fucking Mongols attacked my town, and now I'm just gonna, we're gonna fight them, but I've got this struggle of whether I want to be a samurai or whether I want to be a ninja or a ghost or whatever. Whereas in this game, Atsu's just like, yo, these dudes killed my fucking family, and I don't give a shit. I'm fucking murdering everyone. There's no like moral dilemma. She's like, she obviously feels bad when like there's casualties of war because of her involvement, like when civilians get involved and stuff. She feels bad about that stuff. But when it comes to like dealing with the people that murdered her family, she is like single-mindedly ready to just murder everyone in her path. And it's so cool. Like, she doesn't lose track of that at all. It's not like this, but there is a complexity to the character at the same time, where even though she's very brooding, at the same time there are moments where she's like a little bit more lighthearted. And I don't know. I mean, and I know that LJ's playing it, and he mentioned that he thought it was good, but the combat, I will say, the combat is actually, when I got into it, it's kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like, enemies kill you in like 2 hits, because it's very much like, it's not. People are gonna want to say like, oh, it's Souls-like because the combat is hard, and it's like, it's just, you've got to be careful. It's a samurai movie, right? If they attack you with the katana, you've got to fucking block it or dodge it, and then you can like slice their arm off and shit. It's more realism than it is just like hard because the enemies are hard. It's like more like, well, what would a realistic samurai combat be like? Where you're like throwing dust in the eyes of your enemies as like one of your little tricks that you can do, and rolling out of the way. And you've got these different weapons that you can use, where it's like, oh, if somebody is attacking you with a sword, it's better to face off with like your regular katana, because that's a better like one-on-one battle. Where it's like, oh, if they're attacking you with a spear, then the better play is to use the dual katana, because you can parry and attack them a lot faster. And then they have a couple other weapon types, and you can, on the fly, you can switch between these weapon types depending on what enemies are attacking you. So it's not like it's like the opposite of Borderlands, where it's not like I'm not fucking I don't have weapons all over the place and I'm choosing what the fuck I want and blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, if I hold R2 and I hit square, it brings out my katana. If I hit X, it brings out my dual katanas. If I hit, circle, it brings out another weapon. If I hit triangle, it brings out another weapon. And the only thing you can change about them is because cosmetics. There's an upgrade tree for each one. It's like a small upgrade tree. It's nothing crazy. But there's no getting different swords and stuff. It's like, no, you have the sword. It's, what do you want it to look like? You can unlock cosmetics doing side quests and things like that. But other than that, it's just for my sword skill, this is this like little upgrade tree I have for it. And for my, whatever, my, spear, I've got this upgrade tree for it. So it's very refreshing in that I can put all my energy into just being like, into this like really engaging combat, especially the one-on-one battles where you're just like, you're watching them and like they attack and you're trying to do these different parries and dodges, and you can disarm them, which is cool. I don't remember if this was in Ghost of Tsushima. I don't think it was. Maybe it was, but I just don't remember
I don't remember.
Where you can disarm an enemy, or if you kill an enemy and they drop their weapon, if another enemy's attacking you, you can run over, pick up the downed weapon, and throw it to impale another enemy with it, and it does a shitload of damage. It's so fucking cool. There's like all these like little things that about the combat that even though I'm really bad at it because it's kind of challenging, I just am really enjoying it because of it's not unfair. It's just it's very much like it's very kind of realistic. I hate using the word realistic because it's a video game, but you kind of understand what I'm talking about where it's like if you fuck up, this dude's going to lop your arm off. And that's kind of just how it is. And you can do the same to them. It's not like they're a spongy enemy like in a Souls game. It's like, no, they'll fucking die just as fast as you do. It's just the combat is very unforgiving. And it's cool in that way. But what really drives me a lot, dude, is just the running around the world. I can't tell you the last time I've played a game where don't get me wrong, I'm not very far in it. I'm maybe like 5 or 6 hours into it.
Yeah.
But like, I haven't used fast travel one time.
Huh.
It's like, oh, I need to get somewhere across the map. It's like, no, I'm just going to ride my horse there. Because everything about getting there is so engaging. If it's not just like the visuals and how pretty everything is, it's like, oh, along the way, I catch a bird that like leads me to a freaking hot spring, or I come across a wolf den and I try to save the wolf from these wolf hunters, or I come across a shrine that I can pray at and unlock skill perks or whatever. It's really cool, but I'm not super far in it, so I'm not gonna, say that this is, my game of the year or anything like that. But right now, it's really clicking with me in a way that I didn't expect. Even though I thought it looked good, I'm really enjoying it.
Cool, dude. I'm glad you're digging it. I want to get to it eventually, but I got to beat Banishers now that I'm into it. I'm enjoying Banishers, so there's no sense for me to stop playing that to go spend more money.
Yeah, you should.
So
just finish it up.
Working on it.
The game's not that long, is it?
It's like 20-some hours.
Right. Okay.
And I could mainline it at this point, but I kind of want to... Part of the allure and the enjoyment of that game is getting into those situations where you pick who you want to banish, who you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the map kind of opened up a little bit, and it was like there's some more hauntings that you can go explore. So I kind of want to do that.
Right.
That's what I've been doing. Anyways, not all listener feedback. I do want to give One Black Talon a quick shout out for sending me some 3D printed light boxes. Thank you. I believe that was One Black Talon. If not, I apologize if I got the person wrong. One Black Talon goes by a different name on the PSN. And we were kind of interacting on there, but they made some, with their Bamboo Labs printer, made some cool 3D printed full color light boxes for my music project, which is kind of, I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. Merch table sounds like a good idea. Put one up on there. But thank you for that. It's very cool. Very, very much appreciated. But we're going to get into the news. And we've got a few news points. And then we're going to talk about the state of play that went on that we missed and didn't discuss. And probably not say anything about Tokyo Game Show. There's just a lot of stuff that we missed because we missed our last episode. But we're going to do some news.
I did pull up the state of play list if you just want to kind of rip through them real quick and say some thoughts, or we could do it at the end of the news if you want.
Yeah, let's do that at the end of the news. We'll get through the news relatively quick. Then we don't need to put a lot of time into it. But the first news point that I saw that's relevant and recent is in an interesting news story, which is rare for two reasons. The Battlefield 6 physical copies of the game have leaked prior to their street date. Why this is interesting is that most people don't buy physical games much anymore, and most physical games don't have the game on the disc. Battlefield 6 is the exception. All of the game is on the disc, but in a strange third turn to the story, you are still required to have an internet access for the campaign, it seems. So people who have it early, I don't believe can even play it anyways because they haven't enabled the servers to connect until street date. So maybe it's a I don't know, man. It's a bunch of zigzagging. I don't even know that I care. I just think it's kind of interesting and funny.
Dude, I just think that here's the thing. Does it really affect me that much? No. But I think on principle, it's fucking asinine that you should ever have to have an online connection to play a single player game.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I agree.
Why would you need that? If it's just a DRM check, then okay, whatever. But like, you should only have to do that once. But it's like, oh, I got to be online so that like the fucking, are you streaming the cinematics from the cloud? I doubt it. Yeah. They're probably installed with that other 140 gigabytes that are going to go on my hard drive. I don't know. It's a thing that I freaking hate.
Well, it was a news point worth bringing up. And this is another news point you guys probably already know, but the PS Plus games, the essential games that are coming out in October are now available. We discussed them earlier in a prior podcast. You're getting Alan Wake 2, Goat Simulator 3, and Cocoon. Next news point is there are a lot of rumors swirling about Xbox, Jake. Mainly that there isn't going to be a next-gen Xbox, which means Sony PlayStation will go unmatched and uncontested for the first time when they release the PS6. Only time will tell, of course, if this actually happens or not. But it's going to be an interesting thing to track.
Yeah, I just don't know that I believe this. I feel like people are kind of running with it because of how bad the state of Xbox is right now. But it just seems kind of insane to me. Like, yeah, they're in a pretty bad state, but that doesn't mean it won't be canceled. But I don't know, man. If they did cancel it, I think it's bad for the industry. Then there's no fucking competition. Sony doesn't have to try anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like until it gets to a point where consoles are no longer needed, which will be a while, probably, maybe another 10 years. But I mean, Sony was at its best. Like, do you remember in the PS3 generation where Sony had to dig themselves out of a hole and they were releasing just banger after banger after banger? And they were just doing all this crazy out-of-pocket shit that was just so cool and fun.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, they're freaking all fattened up, just sitting there raking in the money off of shit like Fortnite and all this crap. And it's like, which has already made it kind of shitty. Now imagine if they don't have to compete with Xbox anymore and they'll just get all of Xbox's Fortnite revenue and everything as well.
Dude, I don't know.
Bro, they're going to be even less likely to give a shit.
Yeah.
So,
that's why competition is good.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that there's another Xbox because I think that it's good for the whole ecosystem. But and plus, there's a lot of Xbox fans out there that they're really getting fucked right now, and I feel so bad for them. But it's like, I mean, what do you do? I mean,
I don't know.
Do you jump ship?
I don't know what you do, man.
I mean, I guess you could.
You got to go where the games are, dude.
But imagine if the roles were reversed. How many fucking games do you own on PlayStation?
I don't know.
Now just say like, oh, just buy an Xbox.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I've got like
dude, if I'm being
hundreds of
completely
games.
honest, because I've been a Sony person for literally ever, if that happened, I probably would just quit gaming. I probably would.
Really?
It takes up so much of my time right now. Like, I might revisit it later, but like, I barely have the time to do it as it is. And that's with a console that I love, with properties that I love, things that I'm really interested in. If the rug got pulled out from under me and they're like, now you got to go integrate into this new, I don't know, ecosystem, I would just be like, fuck it. No, I'm not doing it. I would just probably not. I wouldn't even switch over. And it's not even an anti-Xbox thing. It's just like an inconvenience thing for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's just too much time and energy and like money, and it's like, why invest that much if I'm not even gonna probably play more than 3 to 5 hours a week anyways right now,
especially when they're top end console is like $800, and
Right.
their new handheld is $1,000. They just did that ROG Ally Xbox edition or whatever the fuck it is. It's not even like a real Xbox handheld.
Yeah.
So
I just
not to
wouldn't.
mention they just, dude. I've not been shy about saying that I've been a Game Pass subscriber for a long time, and that was why I bought a Series S. Was like, I'll buy a Series S, I'll get Game Pass, I'll play the Xbox games I want to play on there, and then I'll play everything else on PlayStation. And it's like they just increased the price of Game Pass 50%. As soon as I saw that, I went and I canceled my Game Pass subscription, and I'm probably going to end up putting my Xbox in a box in my closet. And, you know, maybe if a new Halo game comes out or something like that, I might, like, buy it or whatever. But, like,
it's a tricky
one,
man. I guess
it's tough. I mean, imagine if Sony came out tomorrow and we're like, you know, the PlayStation 5 is now $1,000. It's like, when has that ever happened?
Yeah. Well, we have raised the price of consoles here, but on our end. But I don't know, dude. This is the only generation where we've increased the price of shit as it's gotten older. So it's just weird. It's just weird times. And I don't know. Even if I were an Xbox dude right now with the rug being chucked from underneath me and I'd have to come to Sony, I don't think I would, man. I'm like 40. I'll be 45 in May. And it's not like I'm anti-gaming or anything. It's just, I honestly, probably now that Sony's putting a lot of shit on PC, I need a computer anyways to do music and stuff. I'd probably just fucking be a PC gamer, honestly.
Yeah.
That would probably be the
not?
way to go, you know? I don't know. And I would keep my old PlayStation or Xbox as a media center just to run fucking YouTube and apps and Hulu and Amazon, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wouldn't want to have my entire ecosystem of gaming disrupted and then have to just change it and buy a dedicated console that I'm not used to or not familiar with the interface or that kind of stuff used to excite me as like a younger dude, you know, like as a kid, like in technology and shit. Like I'm at an age now where it's like, man, I don't even fucking care to learn new operating systems. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to deal with the drivers and the fucking updates and I don't know. I definitely don't want to learn a new console. I don't know. But if I got to keep a computer updated anyways for recording, I might as well just get a PC gamer rig. But anyways, dude, let's move on to the next news point. There's a rumor that there's a new PlayStation 5 DualSense in development that's going to have a removable battery. Not a bad idea. The battery life in these things go, you know. The other thing that's interesting to me is, do they think then that we're going to just have a battery charger? Or we just like, you know, like you take the battery out, you put on a charger, you put your new battery in. That way you're not buying a $100 controller every time one goes back. Like whenever you want a new one. I want to know what the price of the batteries are going to be, I think is where I'm at.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, I've got a fucking DualSense that will not hold a charge.
Yeah.
The battery's dead in it. Otherwise, it's totally fine. So, if I was able to replace the battery and it was like, you know, $20 for a battery versus $85 for a fucking controller, I'd buy a battery. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I could see maybe getting behind that if that's something that they did.
Interesting. All right, well, last news point, then we'll get into the state of play that we didn't touch on. We're always a day late and a dollar short, but I'm going to just go right off the Push Square article that was released on September 27th. And this is at the Wall Street Journal. Reports that a group of private investors, including Silver Lake and Saudi Arabia's private investment fund, are willing to stump up for the publisher in one of the biggest acquisitions in video game history. So they're talking about EA. The plan, according to those familiar with the matter, is to significantly improve the publisher's performance while it's private. and then sell it for a much higher price. Obviously, there will be concerns, particularly Saudi Arabia's influence over the gaming industry continuing to grow. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has been working to make Saudi Arabia's economy less reliant on oil, and the PIF has subsequently poured billions into the likes of Take-Two, Nintendo, and yes, EA. We suspect with reports of this hitting the headlines, a deal may be close. But there's always a strong possibility discussions could yet collapse. We'll just have to keep a close eye on the situation. We'll update you if any future word the story is developing further. That's directly from Push Square. So, interesting. I don't know, man. Someone did some quick math on here, and the price of $50 billion. Someone said that's 13.8 Bungies, 6.2 ZeniMaxes, and 0.66 Activisions. The price of 50 billion. I don't know. It's,
I don't like it. I don't like that freaking Saudi Arabia is involved. I don't like that they're not in a bad way, so there's literally no reason for them to sell it to sell other than the fact that they just want money.
Yeah.
And yeah, the guys at the top of EA are going to be fucking bajillionaires, even more so than they already are. For what reason? I mean, they're already successful. It's not like they're falling apart at the bank. So that's one of the things that frustrates me. And the reason is not because I don't think rich people should be able to get richer, but like, dude, as part of this, they're gonna assume like. As part of this, they're gonna assume like $20 billion of debt because they have to leverage it. It's not like it's not like they have cash in the bank to pay for this thing. So what that means is that EA, as part of this transaction, has to shed $20 billion worth of fiscal responsibility. So like that means that they're probably gonna close down like BioWare. They're probably gonna lay other people off. They're probably going to sell off parts of EA. There's going to be no more games like fucking I know Valiant Hearts was Ubisoft, but like, you know, what was the Yarny one?
Tearaway.
Like well, no, that was the
it was
Little Big Planet
hold
developer.
on, I have both of them.
Unraveled.
Yeah, jeepers.
You know, like will they continue with the studio that made It Takes Two and Split Fiction? Maybe, because those games are relatively successful, but I doubt they're going to take any risks on anything other than those. You know, it's just like it's going to be like Battlefield and fucking FIFA and Madden and NCAA football and NHL, and that's going to be it. Because they're going to axe everything else to pay for this thing just so that, I don't know, maybe 50 to 100 people can get generationally wealthy. And on top of that, once all the dust is settled, now how much of this money from this American company is now just being exported to Saudi Arabia, where they fucking, you know, kill people for being gay? It's like, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't even want to support them anymore, knowing
it bums
that
me
they're
out
doing
because I
it.
really want to get Battlefield 6.
Yeah, and I'm not saying.
I'm still gonna get it for sure, probably.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that anyone is a bad person for still buying these games or whatever. I'm just saying that personally, I don't know that I like want to support it. I would love to play Battlefield. I want to fucking play that campaign. I want to play more of the multiplayer. I had a blast with it. And obviously, I occasionally I love playing a FIFA or an NHL or something like that. But like, it just seems so.
Now you know where your money's going. But dude, you can't. Dude, everything. Where was this mug made? Doesn't say. I don't know. Everything is made in fucking China or fucking. I don't know. So many. Dude, like, very few things are made here in this country. And if they say they're made here, the internals are probably made elsewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, they're like assembled in America.
You're always just fucking supporting some other country.
Yeah, so it just sucks to have like a company that was built from the ground up in America. It's like actually like one of the great American success stories, at least in our industry. And now it's just like, oh, now it's just going to be whatever, probably 50% or more owned by the royal family of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It just makes me feel gross. But
Well,
it is what it is.
Let's talk about the state of
what
play.
are we gonna do?
Something
I don't think that like, you know, they're gonna stop making. They're not gonna stop putting, you know, women in games. They're not gonna stop putting gay people in games. None of that's gonna happen because they're hypocrites. They want to make money, but it's just the principle of like now where your money is going. So, anywho.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you want me to run through the state of play games?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you know that the importation, production, and consumption of alcohol are completely banned in Saudi Arabia with severe penalties, including imprisonment?
Yeah. Hate for you to have a beer over there. They'd throw you in jail.
There's also baby names. There are some names that are banned. You can't name your kid certain names and shit. It's just kind of fucking wild.
Yes, sir.
All right, keep going.
It's a backwards country. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure a lot of the people there are wonderful. And I'm sure they have a wonderful culture and everything like that. It's just, there's just some fucked up shit with the way that the country is run that is not good for humanitarianism. So, anywho, on to more positive things. The state of play, again, we missed last week. It was on Wednesday, September 24th. So we're a couple weeks late to this, almost a couple weeks late to this. Apologize about that. But we're just gonna talk about the hits here briefly. We were just talking about Battlefield 6. They had a campaign trailer for it. It looks fucking awesome. I mean, I don't really know what to say about it other than it looks great, and I would really like to play it. We'll just have to see when it comes. I think it comes out this week. It comes out on Friday, I think, or something.
Battlefield 6?
Yeah. So I don't know if I think it comes out on Friday. I don't know if I'm going to play it right away. Obviously, I'm into Ghost of Yotei. Yeah. I'm going to keep going on that. I really enjoy that, but I might jump into Battlefield at some point. Did you have anything to say about this this campaign trailer that they showed?
I think I want to play this game. When it came to a matchup between Call of Duty and Battlefield, I have always leaned Battlefield, personally. So I'm excited to see this. That's all. That's all I've got.
Cool. The next thing, and again, these are not in order of the state of play. So if it seems like I'm jumping around, that's because I'm reading the release or the announcement list from the PlayStation blog. So this is just the order that they're presenting them. Next is a cool little game called Chronoscript: The Endless End. I don't love the name, but the art style of this game is super cool. It's like a guy that's like in a book, like an paper and ink kind of drawn book, and he's just kind of running around. I don't know if he's stuck in a story or what the hell's going on, but it's like a side scrolly like 2D action game. It looks like where you get to run around inside of this book and fight your way through all the, I don't know if these are enemies like from the story that's being told or whatever, but it looks really cool. Like the animations are really cool. It looks like it's all hand drawn. The animations look very stuttery, almost like someone is, showing you a flip book or some sort of like low frame animation kind of thing. There's some like weird shit going on where he like jumps into a puddle of ink and then like moves over to another another page of the book or something like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this game, like the art style and everything and the characters, it all looks super cool. I don't know what you think about this.
Yeah, I think it's creative looking. It's one of those things that I saw and I was just like, man, I remember Jake and I had an idea once a long time ago for a game, and this kind of is reminiscent of a little bit of what our idea was.
Dude, that was so long ago when we were talking about doing, like, what was it, PlayStation Mobile or something?
Vita.
Where we were
Dude,
like,
we're gonna make a mobile game. Yeah,
we're gonna make a Vita game. Yeah. So it's
This looks like something that we could have never pulled off, but the idea is there. The idea is there.
yeah. I think I got as far as like or making it so that like I could like move a shape around on the screen of my Vita.
So
that
hard.
was about it on like a black background.
So
yeah, something kind of interesting. It's a little bit of PSTIA lore, as if you will. So the next thing on the list is Code Vein 2. I didn't play the first one. This is like an anime style kind of Souls-like sort of game. I got the impression that like the first one had some AA energy, but people seem to really like it a lot. I didn't. Again, I never played it, so I don't really know what to say about it. I think we got it on PS Plus at one point. I was thinking about trying it out, but when I found out that it was very, very much like it was built around like the sort of the tactical kind of difficult combat, at the time I was thinking about playing it, I just kind of rolled off of that idea whenever I read a little bit more about it. But I'm assuming, Fred, that you don't have anything to say about this or any interest in it, really.
That's a valid assumption. You can move on.
Okay. The next game I am incredibly interested in, and it's Crimson Desert, which is an action RPG by the same studio, Pearl Abyss. They do Black Desert Online, which is that MMO. And this is their next entry, but it's not an MMO. It's a single player open world action RPG. And this game just looks unbelievable. Like I really don't understand how this game is even possible if you actually watch like footage of it and like the gameplay and stuff. It seems so cool. Like I don't know. So I'm really interested in this. This is coming out on March 19th, so we're finally getting a proper release date for it. I think it was supposed to release this fall, but then it got pushed. But now we got an official release date of March 19th. Fred, I don't know if you're interested in this at all, like while we're waiting for Witcher 4 or anything like that. But I think that this has kind of that energy a little bit, and
it does.
I'm stoked.
It does. My issue with getting into a game like this is just burnout, because Ghost of Yotei is open world. Banishers is almost open world. I'm going to be balls deep in The Witcher 4 when it comes out. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be open world. It's just like I got to pick and choose and be selective. This does look cool, but I'm going to pass on this.
Dude, that's one of the reasons why, just as a little sidebar, why I loved both, because I don't know if you remember, I played back-to-back. I played Shinobi and I played Mafia: The Old Country. That's like one of the reasons why I loved those games so much. Is it was because it was like 10 to 15 hours, maybe 20 if you're really taking your time. You're in, it's a linear progression, a linear story, and you're fucking out. Yeah, they'll give you some extra stuff to do if you want. Like, for example, Shinobi, you can go back to the arcade mode. You can, high score all the levels. You can do all kinds of stuff. But, like, if you just want to rip through a game, experience it in its completion, and move on to the next thing, it's few and far between these days. And so I always appreciate it when games do that. And I read somewhere that Ghost of Yotei, if you mainline it, is only about 20 to 25 hours, which isn't too bad for an open world game.
A lot of distractions though in that game.
But there is a lot of distractions, so it'll likely take longer than that. I mean, I'll let you guys know whenever I finish it. But yeah, so Black Desert Online looks like it's going to be a monster game. So if you've got open world fatigue when this comes out, it might not do you any good to play it, but I am still, from what I've seen, very excited.
Yeah, cool.
So, next game. Deus Ex Remastered. This was completely unexpected. I never played the original Deus Ex, but I've always been incredibly interested in it because I had a good friend of mine growing up when I was in high school, like elementary school and high school and into college, who was into PC gaming, and he always played these games that I never played because I didn't have a good enough PC to run them. And one of them was the first Max Payne.
Oh yeah.
And the other one was the first Deus Ex.
Okay.
And all he talked about was how awesome these fucking games were. And I was like, I don't get it. I can't play it. I'm not gonna like. I could play it, but I'd be playing it on like the lowest settings, and it would be like stuttering for me to play it. So I just opted out, and I've heard nothing but just amazing things about the original Deus Ex. How it's like one of the original kind of immersive sim style games. And recently we had those two, Mankind Divided and Human Revolution, which were both pretty good games. I never beat either one. I can't remember. What was the second one? Do you remember? Was it Human Revolution was the second one, or was it Mankind Divided? I really don't remember.
Human Revolution. No, wait. There's only 2 of them, right?
Of the reboot, yeah.
I don't remember.
Mankind Divided came out in 2016, so that was the second one. And I played that one for a while, and I did enjoy it, but it had some weirdness to it where like you could tell that the boss battles were made by a different studio than the studio that made the rest of it, because the boss battles were like way harder and like kind of different, and there was some weirdness about it. But generally, it was a pretty cool kind of cyberpunk style game. And I don't know. I kind of like it when they remaster these old games and allow a new audience to be able to sort of play it. And it looks like they're not really doing that much to the game. Maybe just updating the controls a little bit, increasing the resolution a little bit.
It doesn't look very special. Yeah.
No, it looks like a fucking PS2 game. And just maybe with higher resolution. So, yeah, I mean, I just think it's kind of interesting that they're bringing it back in a remastered form, and I could see myself. I don't know what they're gonna charge for it, but maybe if it was on sale or something for like $20, I might pick it up just to try it out.
Yeah,
just because I'm interested in the history of it. Next one, I'm not gonna linger on this long. Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered. I'm not a Dynasty Warriors fan. I don't like Musos. I think that they're fun for approximately like a half an hour, and then I'm like over the whole idea of like fighting massive amounts of enemies. So I don't know if you are into these kinds of games at all, Fred. I don't think so.
Yeah,
but
I have never.
I'm assuming you don't have any interest in this either.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
So
Thanks.
the next, what's that?
No, I said no, I don't think so.
Yeah. The next couple things, just real quick. The God of War controller that they just announced for the 20th anniversary of God of War. I mean, I would have thought it would have been cool to get like a remaster of the first game or something like that, but they got this controller. It's pretty neat looking. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the design of it. It's very clean, which I like. It's not too busy. But I'm not gonna buy it. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I mean, I have an unopened anniversary controller, so why would I buy another controller? Do you like this controller design at all, Fred?
I do. I think it looks slick. I like the contrast between the red and the white. I think it looks
you
good.
like the red buttons? You like the red buttons on that shoulder?
Yeah,
I think it looks
like
cool.
It. Yeah, I think it looks
really cool.
It looks dope.
And they made the symbols in the face buttons on that side red as well, which is kind of
different.
I think it's a very clean design. It's not my favorite, but it's a really clean design.
Yeah, it looks fresh.
Next, Gran Turismo 7, they just announced there's some like update coming. We're not going to get into it. They also announced that 100 million units of Gran Turismo have been sold across all the games worldwide, which is fucking crazy. 100 million units of Gran Turismo. That's really bananas. They announced a new update for Gran Turismo 7. There's going to be a couple new tracks and I don't know, some other live service crap. I'm not really sure. Love Gran Turismo 7, but I'm kind of out other than when I get my VR out and I'm looking to just rip some laps. Sometimes I'll play Gran Turismo, but other than that, I'm not tuning in for this. But I'm stoked for the people that are.
I see a lot of videos on the PSVR subreddit of people just still gushing about this game in VR. Just saying this is hands down the best VR experience.
It's so good. It's unbelievably good.
Yeah. It's
so the next
really
thing
ridiculous.
is the Halloween game. This might be right up your alley, Fred. This is like it's made by the team that did the Friday the 13th game, which I'm pretty sure that you kind of enjoyed, at least for a brief period of time.
Yeah, I played it for a little bit.
And they're making another version of their asymmetric multiplayer game, but it's in the Halloween universe, where one person is playing Michael Myers and the other people in the map are playing all of the survivors. And it's all about, killing or surviving. And I think it looks really cool. I'm not going to play it. I'll be 100% honest, because I'm not into multiplayer games like this. But if you're into this franchise, there's never really been like a Halloween game, at least in the modern era. So this is kind of a cool like framework for it. I think that it's kind of a neat idea to do Halloween in this way. Just like I think as far as these slasher movies go, this format kind of makes sense. But I don't know necessarily how well it's going to do. We'll see. I know Friday the 13th had a pretty big fan base, but I don't know how well Halloween's going to do. So
the Rob Zombie did a lot of stuff with it, and there's been some re-releases. And the one thing that this game really serves very well to is Michael Myers has this maneuver where when he's dead and he's laying down, or he just sits up, and like in the video, awesome. Dude, and in the video game, I saw like a part of one of the trailers or whatever where he does that, and I'm like, that would be so fucking rad.
It's
like
so cool.
Yeah.
And then like you could see it like forcing a level of terror, which is kind of interesting. I will say, just as like a brief sidebar, that Rob Zombie reboot of Halloween is legitimately scary.
Yeah.
Like I went and saw that in the theaters whenever I think I went with Andy or something. And it was just, I was surprised at how scary it was. Because usually like slashers are, varying levels of like spooky to not really to funny. Like they're never usually like scary. But Mr. Zombie did a good job directing that one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So anyway, the next item on the list is PC game Last Epoch. They're bringing it over to PlayStation 5. This is like an action RPG. Think Diablo, that kind of Path of Exile, that kind of game. And along with the release on PlayStation, they're announcing the expansion for the game, the first major expansion for the game. So that's kind of cool. I mean, if you're into these types of games, I think it looks pretty fun. It's something that I could maybe find myself getting into. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if... especially because I'm really not into Diablo 4. So I might be able to get into this, or maybe I have yet to try Path of Exile 2. I've heard that's really good as well. But I think this looks pretty interesting, though it didn't wow me or anything like that. How about you, Fred?
No, it didn't really do a lot for me either. These kind of games are just kind of... they all end up looking kind of samey to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, again, if I were like 15 or something, I'm like, oh shit, this looks fucking dope. I'm going to get into this. You know what I mean? But like, dude, being fucking 44 years old, I just don't have time.
I get it. Speaking of don't have time, Let It Die Inferno is the next on the list, and it's like an extraction shooter kind of game that visually looks really fucking cool, but being that it's a multiplayer game and it's like an extraction style game, I'm just definitely not going to play it. but they had a Let It Die was a game that came out a few 4 or 5 years ago now that I think it had some level of success. I mean, obviously they're making a sequel, but yeah, they're coming out with this. I think it looks really neat. I am almost certainly not going to play it, but there's a lot of Let It Die fans out there, so I'm stoked for them. I don't know if you have any feels on that.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no. This next one, though.
All right, the next one, Marvel's Wolverine. I will. They showed the game. They showed some gameplay. They showed a lot of like cutscenes. They talked a lot with some of the heads of Insomniac and Disney. They introduced us to the voice actor that is playing Wolverine, Logan, as it were. And I got to be honest with you, Fred. I was lukewarm at best on Wolverine. And then after watching this reveal, I'm fucking amped for this game.
Yeah, dude, it looks great.
And it's like, it's kind of like, and I'm kind of getting that sort of feeling right now with the gore aspect of the game. I'm getting that a little bit with Ghost of Yotei right now, where it's just like unapologetically bloody. And everybody was wondering, like, this has got to be a mature game, right? It's got to be a mature game, Wolverine, but I don't know. It's Marvel and it's Disney and blah blah blah. But dude, some of the freaking visuals in this reveal are just bananas. I mean, everyone talks about that scene where he like comes up on that guy and just drives his claws right up through his face, and it just dude. And he's like lopping arms off and legs and shit, like, and it just looks so fucking cool. And the idea of it being based around Wolverine's kind of issues with remembering the things that have happened in his past and stuff because he can live forever or whatever. It's pretty cool. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be good. I'm ready to say that I think it's gonna be good, and it sounds like you're excited for it too,
dude. Yeah, there's some really iconic kills, like that one you're talking about where he jams the claws up through the guy's bottom, his jowls, and just like him just slicing and dicing off limbs and stuff, and like just how agile he is. And I know a lot of people have been saying in the comments how this game is just absolutely suited for Wolverine. Wolverine is just suited to be a video game guy just because of his adamantium steel bones and his regeneration properties, and him just being a badass and being hyper violent and not giving a shit. But then also, it's a great Sony. He's a great Sony property character guy because if you think about it, man, a lot of Wolverine, he has this big bad exterior, but there's a lot of the comics outline like he is a badass, he's a hard ass, he's gonna do what he wants to do, but at the end of the day, he's kind of like the tough love father for like the X-Men. Like they keep having him back. He's an asshole. He smokes cigars. He's mean. He cusses. But like he doesn't want to see those guys get hurt. You know what I mean? So he's gonna do what he needs to do to protect his fam. And like,
oh, what happened?
I don't know. I can hear you, but I can't see you. It's kind of locked up. But there you are. You're moving now. But well, you were. Mm-hmm. Technical difficulties there. He's moving a little bit. But anyways, Wolverine's kind of one of those guys, that is just a very interesting superhero. And every time we start talking about Wolverine, and every time we start talking about Daredevil or the X-Men, I just want to see the Punisher somehow be implemented. You know what I mean? For anyone who doesn't know, Punisher and the Wolverine are anti-heroes who normally clash, because they've just got different methods. But they both want to kill. So, I don't know. I can hear it raining outside. It's crazy. And Wolverine kind of wants to protect mutants and innocents, and the Punisher is kind of an indiscriminate killer who just thinks all criminals should be dead. So those two will do this a lot. So in the back of my mind, I'm just secretly hoping that we get like a Punisher cameo or some shit, in this game. I don't think we're going to, but it would be fucking dope. Well, Jake is frozen in a really funny way. This happens, and I don't know why it happens. And he hasn't texted me. And I'm going to text him real quick. Dude, what's going on? I don't want to have to mishmash and edit this all out. So I'll keep talking real quick. We both think Wolverine looks good. He disconnected. There back. He is. I can hear him.
Interesting.
What happened?
I have no idea.
All right. Well, it doesn't really matter because I kept talking the whole time. So Wolverine looks good. Did you hear anything I said? I just want to see a cameo from the Punisher. Yeah. These two guys butt heads a lot. It'd be fucking dope. I don't think we're going to get that, but...
Well, I know there's some storms going through the area, so in case there's some connection issues, let's just kind of rip through these last couple items here.
So we can wrap it up. Let's do it.
We'll wrap it up. So they announced Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 for PlayStation. This is another Xbox release coming over. This game actually looks really, really fucking cool. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I'm going to play it, but I might because, Fred, there's a PSVR 2 version or capability rad with it.
Yeah.
Which would be so cool. Especially on some of these like wild, freaking, Red Bull racing kind of missions and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I am kind of interested in this, not gonna lie.
Yep.
I assume you are too, just because
it looks fucking rad, dude.
Okay. Neo 3, got no comments on that. Do you?
Don't care. Nope.
Okay. I'm sure it's gonna be great. It's just not for me. I'm just going to skip over the Pulse Elevate wireless speakers. Sony is releasing some fucking speakers for PC, and they're like wireless, and it looks like you can kind of like connect your Portal to them and stuff if they're just kind of chilling out in your house, and you can take them with you. I don't know. It's kind of weird. This is sort of a weird thing, but I'm sure they're great fucking speakers. I just don't know that they're for anyone really here.
I agree.
All right. Then there's a couple things here. The Zero Parades for Dead Spies is the new game from the ZAUM, which is who did. I'm gonna fucking brain fart on this. It's the
Returnal?
It's like the C.
What are you talking about?
It's the CRPG that's like ZAUM. Game.
Dude, I don't even know.
Game. Disco Elysium.
About. Okay.
Disco Elysium. So the new game from them, and it looks like visually it looks a lot like Disco Elysium. And I know people really love that game, but we'll have to see. This game looks actually pretty cool too. It looks like there's a lot of text in it. I don't know how well it's going to translate to, a console, but it does look kind of cool. Do you know which one I'm talking about, Fred? The game from the showcase?
No.
Okay. Well, just imagine Disco Elysium, but like slightly different.
Okay.
So that's kind of what it looks like. So moving on, the anime The Seven Deadly Sins is getting a game or another game called Origin, which it's like an open world RPG. I'm sorry, I just don't care about this. Do you care, Fred?
No, dude.
If somebody that's listening cares about any of these games that we're ripping through and they want to talk about it,
no one's gonna
let us know. We'll look into it and then we'll talk about it more. But I'm not going to spend time on this if I know that most people that listen to this aren't
8 o'clock on a Tuesday night, we got a podcast upload.
Right. So next quick thing, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. We've seen this game a million fucking times. They just wanted to announce that there's a Mega Man DLC pack for it.
It's apparently good.
Cool. Yeah, cool. It's Mega Man in fucking Sonic Racing. The last thing that we're going to talk about, and we can spend a minute on it, is Saros. So they actually showed the game gameplay, how everything kind of moves around, what it looks like in action, what the enemies look like, what the shooting looks like, yada yada yada. They didn't show the HUD, they didn't show the menus, they didn't show that stuff, but they showed like kind of some beat to beat gameplay. And this is Returnal 2. I mean, wouldn't you say? I mean, obviously, they could maybe argue that it's like a spiritual successor to Returnal, but because it's not like. But I wouldn't be surprised if we found out that this is in the same universe and yada yada, because it looks very very similar and it looks fucking awesome. This game looks like it plays so good, just like Returnal did.
Yeah, it looks cool, dude. It looks really really good. But again, is it one of those things? I don't know, man. I just hope it's easier than Returnal. A little bit easier. Just a little bit easier. I quit Returnal because I just kept dying on like the 3rd level. I got far.
Well, they did talk about in this reveal that there are going to be some like permanent progression kind of things in it. So like you might be able to grind a little bit if you're really struggling with it. And I think that that'll make all the difference in the world to the people, like the use of the Freds of the world that bounced off of it because it was just too tough. I can't believe that I beat Returnal because, as the audience knows, I fucking hate roguelikes, especially ones that have really really tough RNG with like the items you get, which Returnal is all of that. But for whatever reason, I just love the gameplay so much that I stuck with it. Sorrows, if it's like the gameplay kind of tweaked a little, but it also adds some of like the quality of life shit, like permanent progression and stuff like that, I'm all about it. I think it looks absolutely rad. So
yeah, it looks good. The shield mechanic looks cool.
The shield mechanic does look cool. Like you have the ability to like wrap yourself in a shield that absorbs bullets, and then you can like somehow unleash that on the enemies. And but like if you look at like the bullets coming at you, like when you're watching the trailer, obviously I'm not playing the game, but like when you watch the trailer, you see the bullet patterns and everything. It looks so fucking Housemarque. It's awesome. It looks so pretty.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm stoked on it. But anyway, that is the end of the state of play, and there's no announcements from the Tokyo Game Show that I really give that much of a shit about talking about. So maybe we can talk some about it next week. But for now, I think we should just leave it there. I don't know if you even really care that much about running through the games of the week, because there's like literally 400 of them. I mean, really, like I'll just say on this list, the only 2 that really matter are like Yuka Replay, which is like a remake or like a reimagining or like a re-release of Yooka-Laylee, which is that spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. I'm interested in seeing how well that does because I really liked Banjo-Kazooie on N64, and I might be interested in playing that. The other one, and we already mentioned it earlier in the show, obviously, Friday, Battlefield 6 comes out. That's going to be an absolute fucking banger.
I had another one.
What's
Little
that?
Nightmares, same day Battlefield comes out. Little Nightmares 3.
Little Nightmares 3, and it looks like Pixel Junk Eden 2 comes out as well, which is interesting. That's like a blast from the past for PlayStation, the PlayStation faithful, especially from the PS3 generation. So, dude, how many fucking games are coming out this week? 1, 2, 3,
they all
4,
tried to
5,
dodge
6, 7, 8, 9,
Ghost.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 games are coming out.
We're not going to get into them all. Yeah.
Dude, just in this list. So, but that's a wrap.
All right, cool.
What do you think about that?
I think it's good. Appreciate it, man. Hope everybody has a good week. Sorry we were not here last week. We're here this week for a longer episode. Sorry we ranted a bit this early on about golf and other bullshit, but that being said, we will be back next week. Have a great life.
Yeah.
Like Yokai Watch Jam Yokai Academy Y, East 9 Monstrum Nox, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. P.S. This is awesome.
This is awesome. It's a lot of something.